Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We have a fascinating story to share with you, straight from the world of international politics. It appears that UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham has found himself at the center of a cybersecurity incident. According to reports, Burnham exchanged messages with an individual posing as Susie Wiles, the chief of staff to U.S. President Donald Trump. The conversation was reportedly limited to a few messages before Burnham became suspicious and ended the exchange. The incident has raised concerns about the security of high-level communications, particularly in light of a previous hacking incident involving Wiles's personal phone in May last year. At that time, an impersonator used Wiles's contacts to reach out to other top U.S. officials, including senators, governors, and business executives. The UK government has declined to comment on the matter, citing national security concerns. However, sources suggest that the messages exchanged between Burnham and the imposter were not significant and were quickly reported to the authorities once their suspicious nature was discovered. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of cybersecurity in today's digital age, particularly for high-profile individuals and government officials. As we continue to rely on technology to facilitate communication and governance, the risk of cyber threats and impersonation attempts will only continue to grow. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the latest developments in cybersecurity and international politics? Share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag Barbara's Bulletin. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're continuing our coverage of the devastating wildfires that are spreading across Europe, forcing thousands of people to evacuate their homes and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The affected countries include Greece, Spain, Italy, Belgium, Germany, and the UK, with Croatia also experiencing multiple blazes and arrests over suspected arson. As we delve into this story, it's essential to consider the broader context of these wildfires. Alexander Held, senior expert at the European Forest Institute, sheds light on why fires are spreading into unexpected areas and whether Europe is facing a new normal. According to Held, the increasing frequency and severity of wildfires can be attributed to a combination of factors, including climate change, drought, and human activities such as arson. It's crucial for us to understand that these wildfires are not just a natural disaster, but also a symptom of a larger issue. As we navigate this new reality, it's essential to focus on prevention, resilience, and better-funded government support to deal with the increasingly extreme fire seasons. Citizens can play a vital role in preventing and limiting wildfires by being mindful of their actions, such as properly disposing of cigarettes and avoiding outdoor fires during periods of high risk. As we look to the future, it's clear that Europe must adapt to this new normal. This includes investing in firefighting resources, implementing effective prevention strategies, and providing support to those affected by these devastating fires. By working together, we can reduce the impact of wildfires and create a safer, more resilient community for all. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. The legitimacy of the Supreme Court has been called into question, with confidence in the institution at an all-time low. According to Gallup, only 33% of Americans approve of the way the Supreme Court is handling its job, the lowest rating in its 26-year trend. This issue has sparked a heated debate, with some arguing that the solution lies in changing the court's composition or implementing term limits. However, others believe that this approach would only further politicize the institution. Chief Justice John Roberts has acknowledged the perception problem, noting that Americans increasingly view the justices as political actors making policy rather than judges deciding what the law requires. The recent news about President Trump's role in shaping the court has also raised concerns about the independence of the judiciary. While Trump was constitutionally entitled to nominate justices who shared his judicial philosophy, some argue that his actions have contributed to the perception that the court is no longer impartial. On the other hand, Democrats like Hakeem Jeffries have proposed changes to the court structure, which some see as an attempt to pack the court with liberal-leaning justices. However, conservatives argue that this approach would undermine the court's independence and create a partisan institution. As we navigate this complex issue, it's essential to remember that the Supreme Court's authority rests on public trust. Once Americans believe that the answer to every major constitutional question depends primarily on which party appointed the justices, the court loses its legitimacy. The solution lies not in changing the court's composition or implementing term limits, but in ensuring that the institution remains independent and impartial. Ultimately, the Supreme Court belongs to the Constitution, not to any political party or individual. As we move forward, it's crucial to defend judicial independence and ensure that the court continues to uphold the principles of justice and fairness. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.